You're the only one in your family who can change things around. You've been picked. You've been picked. I'm sorry. I don't know how it works, but you've been picked to change the generational curse. And yet, you're procrastinating. You're talking yourself out of it. You're choosing to ignore that responsibility. And I know you might be thinking, well, why do I want that responsibility? Because when you take on that responsibility, it gives you the power, the energy, the drive to do what needs to get done, to make the sacrifices, to show up, to be disciplined, to learn, even when you're overwhelmed, you think you can't do it. It gives you that drive, that resilience to do those things, those hard things that make your life 10 times better, and in turn, make your family's life 10 times better. But don't you want to be the person who does that? You have that potential inside of you. You have that. And you're not using it yet. So I need you to tap into that. Like, close your eyes and visualize how you could change your family's lives. Visualize your mom or your dad or your guardian, whoever watches over you. Imagine how proud they'll be when you come in and say, I did it. You don't have to go to work anymore. Unless you want to, but just know I've got this covered. Money is no longer a problem. Imagine that you're the person who can say that. You can be that. If you can see it in your head, you can be that. And that's the one thing that's motivating me. The only thing, well, not the only thing, but one of the biggest things motivating me is the idea that I can come to my parents one day and say, if you want to keep working, you can. But if you don't have to, because I've got this covered. And the same thing to go to my brothers and my grandparents and just my immediate family. I want to be able to do that. And that is a why. That's one of the biggest whys that's pushing me. And that can be a big why for you. But if that's not your big why, then the gist is you need to find a big why that will drive you. This whole video is really about finding your why. Because just having that ambition and that potential inside of you is not enough. You need something to drive you towards taking action. And a why will drive you. A why will energize you beyond anything else. A why will give you the motivation. A why will keep you disciplined. A why will add to your resilience. A why will make you push through and find opportunities and become better and change your life. But you gotta find that why. I was reading this book by Jim Rohn, and he talked about how these soldiers they fell off a ship or whatever, and they were stuck in the ocean with no way to call help, and they were just waiting, hoping that somebody would come. And Jim Rohn talked about how these people survived, how these soldiers survived. They only survived by having a why. By saying, okay, if I die, the people in my life who need me won't have me anymore. And if they didn't have anybody in their lives, they would say, okay, well, if I give up right now, if I die, the people who need me that I don't even know are there yet, they won't be able to find me because I'll be gone. Just having a why was powerful enough to help these people survive. And there are some people who couldn't find a why and they drifted off and died. But the people who could come up with a why, they survived. And if you can come up with a why that's powerful enough, you will change your life. For me, a big why is I don't want my family to die not having lived the extraordinary life that so many people get to live. So I'm going to work hard right now to get that. That may be your why. If it's not, then all I got to say is find that why. Find that why that will change your life. Because if you can, everything good will come to your way because you'll finally be taking the steps to get there. Because that why will fuel you like nothing else, I'm telling you. So close your eyes right now and think, what matters most to you? What matters most to you? Think about that. Get deep about that until you find something that triggers an emotion inside of you. Because once you feel that emotion, you've got it. You've got it. And then the rest will just come. And your life will never be the same. So find that why, okay? Now remember, take action, stay consistent, make goals happen. I will see you later.